My name is Andrew Denton. I'm the Chief Exec of Alfa Financial Software. We are a PLC. We make software for the asset finance market, which is fun. More importantly, I'm the father of Megan and Oren, and I've inherited Daisy. So I have 3 children some of the time, and I have no children some of the time as well, which is kind of cool on some levels because I get to spend a lot of time with my wife Sarah. My father is from South Wales. He's passed away now, but he was a tool setter. I guess the thing you've got to understand about that world, it was a world of white coats and brown coats. So if you're involved in the dirty bit of the factory, you had a brown coat. If you're involved upstairs, as they called it, you got a white coat. And actually, just to come full circle for where I came in, we still actually use some of the things that my dad taught me in Alfa. Things like you can't negotiate unless you can walk away. Things like you're not going to do a very good job of it if you're not liking it, so make it fun. So yeah, my dad still looms quite large in what we do. My maternal grandfather looms very large in what I do. But Grandad was all about quality and getting it right and taking pride in what you do. And again, that's something that looms very large in what we do at Alfa. We don't sweat the small stuff. Everything is about getting it right, doing a good job, and as my father would have us do, having fun and doing the right things.
Today, we are speaking with Andrew Denton, Chief Executive of Alfa Financial Systems, the leading international asset finance and leasing software company. Andrew joined the company in 1995 and he has successfully worked his way up to the top position. I'm dying to learn more about Andrew's journey and what advice he has for other leaders who aspire to reach the top.
I never wanted to be a CEO, and I suspect probably the best way to be a chief exec is not to want to be one. I'm a software engineer by training. Somewhere there's that point where you go from being the person that really enjoys what you do, and I used to love coding, I can't tell you, but the person who just enjoys what you do, to a person who's got leadership and responsibilities. Then that pivots into understanding what you're good at and also understanding your weakness. And I suspect that there are lots of people who are in my kind of position who have had that moment. I've done it myself where you think, right, I'm the chief exec. I've now got to go from being largely what I do and what I think is good at is being client facing and being in front of people, to suddenly thinking, right, I've got to be the CFO and I've got to be the COO and I've got to be able to do everybody's job. And that wasn't why I got to where I am. So don't suddenly start thinking about changing what you are. I believe if I was going to say death, but I'm going to go stronger, and I'm going to say murder because it was murder of George Floyd. If it's achieved something, it's achieved the mobilisation of the privileged many, and an understanding that there's no way that we can achieve. Forget equality. This is about equity. There's no way that we can achieve equity unless old white guys like me start doing something about it. If we let it be exclusively, to your point, a bottom-up thing, without any sponsorship, without any guidance, then we're just going to do what previous generations have done. It's an irrelevance matched up against the fact that wrong is just plain, as my wife would say, diddly wrong. Am I a typical leader? I know that there are lots of leaders that I think share my wiring and have the same goals and thoughts of me. I like to have fun. I like to enjoy myself. The inner child is still there. I never stop playing the drums. I still quite fancy myself as Pete Tong. I like art. I like culture. I like books. I like the things that I like, and the house is buried in an avalanche of vinyl because I absolutely love music and have very eclectic taste. As long as you can keep everything working bottom up and make sure that people are in a position where they can challenge you, and you do surround yourself with smart, diverse people. I've said before, there are many aspects of diversity that we are on a journey, along with a lot of companies. But there's still plenty of diversity of background, neurodiversity, diversity of thought. And as long as you encourage all of that, I think it's very difficult to get carried away with yourself, to be perfectly honest. And then you just have to check yourself if you do, don't you?